In today's show, Bitcoin dips below $4,000 to one-year low. We'll be discussing what's next for the Bitcoin price. Eric Voorhees took to Twitter saying, no, Bitcoin as a store of value isn't dead just because it had a super shitty day. No, Ethereum and DeFi aren't dead just because they had a super shitty day. In the coming months, the world will see what anti-fragile means. Also in today's show, Bitcoin surges 40% in minutes after briefly breaking that $3,900 mark. Crypto analyst Nick Chong wrote, Bitcoin just jumped $1,800. That's 40% in 3 minutes on Coinbase. What the hell? Also, in today's news, Edward Snowden feels like buying Bitcoin amid the price crash. He took to crypto Twitter saying, this is the first time in a while I've felt like buying Bitcoin. That drop was too much panic and too little reason. In other crypto news today, Bitcoin veteran Peter Brandt says $1,000 Bitcoin price is possible. He's warning people here on Twitter. Someone asked, you called Bitcoin at 5,500. Just curious if this is still the bottom or has things changed? Now Corona is kicking in. And Peter Brandt responded, if I interpret the chart without bias, I would say sub $1,000. Also in today's episode, the US Fed unveils a $1.5 trillion rescue injection for the economy. How convenient. Things that make you go, but will the Bitcoin price rebound? In today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin hovering just above 5,400 after a 50% crash. We're going to be discussing where the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here. All this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And before we kick off today's show, Teeka Tiwari, 5 coins to 5 million, the final 5, going live for the biggest cryptocurrency event of 2020, March 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern. To register and RSVP your seat, click the link right down below this video. In the description, it's going to take you here. Simply enter your favorite email address and click the button that says sign me up. And I look forward to seeing you there, where he's going to be revealing 5 tiny cryptocurrencies that can turn a $500 investment into $5 million thanks to a crypto market phenomenon guaranteed to hit in roughly 50 days. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and as you can see, one of the bloodiest days to ever exist in the crypto market, with Bitcoin dropping over 50%. What in the world is happening? Yeah, Bitcoin dropped below $4,000 for a one-year low. What's next? Let's discuss it. Bitcoin used to show a little correlation with traditional assets, but the worst day for the US and European stock markets in 3 decades turned into one of the worst days for the crypto space. Bitcoin plummeted to 3,800 on Coinbase Friday morning. Many crypto exchanges saw Bitcoin tumbling to a daily low of around 3,800, after which it quickly returned to above 4,000. On Coinbase, the king of crypto hit a daily low of 3,858, while on Bitfinex it stopped at about 4,000. The last time Bitcoin was trading below 4,000 was in April of 2019, so crypto touched the lowest level in almost a year. This by far is one of the worst weeks for Bitcoin. Since Monday, it lost 53% to its recent bottom. Last Friday, it traded above 9,100 and has lost 58% since then. However, most of the pain came yesterday when the bears tested one support level after another. Initially, Bitcoin fell to around 7,500, which was a strong support line of an uptrend that started to form in April last year. Once it broke below it, the price plummeted and ignored any logic whatsoever. Bulls were crashed, and the updating lows imposed traders to close their positions en masse, which fueled the panic. Panic has been the norm this week, not only for the crypto market. The stock markets also crashed to multi-year lows, with the US and European indexes experiencing their worst declines in over 30 years. The trigger point of all this economic horror is the coronavirus outbreak that started in China and spread to Europe, South Korea, Iran, and other regions. The price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia has also had an impact as oil prices crashed 30% on Monday, which was the biggest single-day decline since the Gulf War in 1991. The crypto market couldn't remain indifferent to the economic shock and has lost half of its value this week, falling to below 140 billion. It has lost over 90 billion in the last 24 hours alone. So what's next for the crypto space? Bitcoin has never ceased to surprise us, even though it previously shown wild spasms of volatility here and there. Giving the short-term prediction in such circumstances is ridiculous, but the coin should eventually revive when or if the global economy gets back on track. Yesterday, BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes said that he didn't believe that Bitcoin would revisit the 3,000 territory and that the max pain probably resides somewhere between 6,000 to 7,000. Well, no one believed it, but that just happened. The bears have come too strong. Bitcoin's daily trading volume surged to new historic highs on CoinMarketCap, almost touching $69 billion. Crazy, right? Nevertheless, crypto enthusiasts haven't lost their hope. Many Bitcoiners expect the market to return to growth. Crypto analyst Eric Voorhees shared on crypto Twitter, no, Bitcoin as a store of value isn't dead just because it had a super shitty day. No, Ethereum and DeFi aren't dead just because they had a super shitty day. In the coming months, the world will see what anti-fragile means. And in other crypto news, Bitcoin surges 40% in minutes after briefly breaking 3,900. At long last, Bitcoin has bounced after Thursday's brutal performance. Just recently, the price of the leading crypto hit 5,800 on Coinbase, rallying from the 3,850 low seen minutes ago. This marks an 18% rally. It isn't clear why this rallied so hard, though the surge in the price of crypto coincided with a short outage in the service of BitMEX. Again, things that make you go, which briefly crashed after a record day. It may have also been related to an investor longing Bitcoin. Nick Chong shared on crypto Twitter, Bitcoin just jumped $1,800, 40% in 3 minutes on Coinbase. What the hell? So regardless of exactly what happened, one thing is certain: there will continue to be mass volatility in the crypto markets over the next few days as liquidity rapidly leaves the market. And in other crypto news, Edward Snowden feels like buying Bitcoin amid the price crash. He took to crypto Twitter, this is the first time in a while I felt like buying Bitcoin. That drop was too much panic and too little reason. Snowden's comments come after what is thought to be Bitcoin's sharpest ever intraday plummet yesterday when it briefly dropped to a new yearly low of 3,782. Still seems surreal to me. Like, is this all a dream? Did this really happen? How about yourself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. The dramatic drop was in the step with the market mayhem worldwide as U.S. President Donald Trump summarily announced severe new travel restrictions today in response to the spread of the coronavirus. On March 12th, the Dow and the FTSE suffered their worst day since the Black Monday crash of October 1987, prompting the New York Federal Reserve to announce an emergency action to pump $1.5 trillion into the American financial system. This havoc has intersected with the oil sector in freefall as Saudi Arabia and Russia lurched into price war amid collapsing global demand due to the coronavirus outbreak. Snowden's bullish view of Bitcoin may not be mere optimism amid the global market meltdown. In March 2018, he pointed to digital scarcity as being the coin's fundamental innovation. In his testimony at a hearing on the future of crypto regulation in the U.S. in fall of 2019, Snowden hinted he might turn to Bitcoin in order to circumvent the U.S. government's attempt to restrict his access to profits from the publication of his book, Permanent Record. Moreover, the server Snowden had used back in 2013 to leak thousands of documents to journalists were ostensibly paid for using Bitcoin, though the whistleblower voiced concerns over the crypto, characterizing its blockchain as devastatingly public. In March of 2018, he confirmed he used Monero and reiterated his support for Zcash as the most interesting altcoin then on the market due to its unique privacy setup. The much larger structural flaw, the long-lasting flaw, is its public ledger, he said of Bitcoin at the time, with the caveat that he nonetheless may have used it to buy server infrastructure for his whistleblower activities in 2013. And in other crypto news today, Bitcoin under $1,000 is possible, warns veteran trader Peter Brandt. Let's discuss it. With Bitcoin dipping below $4,000 for the first time since the depths of the crypto winter, one veteran market analyst believes it could have even further to fall. We're talking about none other than Peter Brandt, who is famous for correctly predicting the market crash from the all-time high. Today tweeted an answer that no one wanted to hear in response to an inquiry about a new bottom for Bitcoin due to the coronavirus. Taking a look at this tweet on crypto Twitter, someone asked Peter Brandt, "You called Bitcoin 5,500. Just curious if this is still the bottom, or has things changed now that Corona is kicking in?" And Peter Brandt responded, "If I interpret the chart without bias, I would say sub $1,000. What are your thoughts surrounding Peter Brandt's Bitcoin price prediction? Do you think we will realistically go and drop below $1,000? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Personally, I don't agree with this, but what do I know? I never expected Bitcoin to tank to below $4,000 if you would have asked me this 24 or 48 hours ago. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. The one-time commodities analyst is no crypto skeptic. In fact, he's often more bullish than bearish about BTC and believes that parabolic increases in the Bitcoin chart could see it hit 140,000. Brandt also correctly tipped a price spike during the depths of the crypto winter shortly before the Bitcoin price doubled in mid-July. So what are the effects of the coronavirus restrictions on the crypto markets? Bitcoin sliced through 5,500 and 5,200 support and even briefly dropped below 4,000 today, close to retesting two-year lows before rebounding by more than $1,000 within minutes. And let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin currently down 7.5%, hovering just below $9,400. Ethereum down almost 4%, trading at $130. XRP finally back in the green, up almost 1%, trading just below 16 cents. Link is up 5%, trading at $2.38. Miss Litecoin up almost 5%, trading at $35. BSV and BCH are both in the red, with BSV trading at $115 and Bitcoin Cash at $175. EOS is down 7%, trading just below $2. BNB Coin down 12%, trading at $10.52. So as you can see, the major cryptos are still in the red after one of the worst days in crypto history for the markets. And in other crypto news, the US Fed unveils a $1.5 trillion rescue injection. Crazy, right? But will Bitcoin price rebound? Let's discuss it. Equities markets and the crypto market continue to struggle as Europe and the US enact increasingly drastic measures to ward off the spread of the coronavirus. Among the general public and investors, there's a feeling that the world governments have dragged their feet in responding to what is clearly an urgent crisis. Thus, major markets continue to tumble. The Dow opened sharply down, triggering the circuit breaker, which halted trading for 15 minutes. Despite the intervention and a live statement from President Trump, the Dow is down 7% and the S&P 500 dropped by 6%. The Fed vows to inject $1.5 trillion. By the afternoon hours, the U.S. Federal Reserve revealed a plan to beef up its funding operation by at least $500 billion. And there's also plans to expand the classes of securities that will be purchased. This announcement helped major markets recover roughly 50% of their daily losses, but was short-lived as the sell-off continued less than 30 minutes later. Surprisingly, it took less than 2 weeks for a historic 11-year bull market to shift to a bear market. So what's next for the price of Bitcoin? In a worst-case scenario, if the price is unable to hold 6,000, which FYI, it has been unable to hold, a revisit to 5,500 is likely, and the volume profile visible range in Bitcoin's price history from April 3rd to April 30th shows support in this range. Below 5,500, there appears to be a support at 5,200, and below this level, the VPVR is showing purchasing interest at $4,050. And taking a look at the overall cryptocurrency market cap, we're currently sitting at $159 billion with $265 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. Holy moly. And the current Bitcoin dominance is 64.2%. 2%. And taking a look at the top gainers in the top 100, we have Hedera Hashgraph up 6%, trading at 3.4 cents. We have a stablecoin, Multi-Collateral DAI, up 5%, trading at $1.08. DX Chain Token up 3%, trading at 0.001. KuCoin shares up about 3%, trading at $1.24. Status Euro, stablecoin, up 1%, trading at $1.10. And USD Coin, another stablecoin, up 0.31%, trading at $1.01. And as we scroll down, those are really the biggest gainers in the entire market, which are mostly stable coins, because most coins, major cryptos, are at a loss. Taking a look at the biggest losers, Maker down 35%, trading at $259. Nervos Network down 28%, trading at 0.003. Eternity down 24%, trading at just below 9 cents. Zilliqua down 23%, trading at 0.003. Yapstone down 23%, trading below 18 cents. And Bitcoin Satoshi Vision down 23%, trading at $115.53. And checking out the BitMEX margins, the bulls are back in control. Holy moly, leading with about 707 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with longs leading 53.75% versus 46.25% shorts. Are you currently bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments right down below. And checking out my favorite indicator, it's the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. We're currently rated a 10 in extreme fear. Whoa, this is about as low as I've seen it personally. Yesterday, we were rated a 14 in extreme fear. Last week, a 38 in fear. And last month, a 64 in greed. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently in extreme fear, which represents that this can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. Wink, wink. This is not investment advice. I'm just saying. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And checking out the Bitcoin block reward halving countdown, we now have less than 60 days to go. Literally 59 days. 4 hours, 48 minutes, and 7 seconds until the Bitcoin block reward halving, which is set to take place May 11th of 2020. I'm very bullish leading up to this historic event, which only occurs every 4 years inside this Bitcoin ecosystem, thanks to the scarcity built in from Satoshi Nakamoto, built into the DNA of the Bitcoin blockchain. It's going to become twice as difficult to mine and twice as expensive to mine a single Bitcoin. And if history repeats, this is going to help surge the market, and the market needs it, especially at a time like this. What more can I say? And I want to remind you to check out the description right below this video by clicking on Show More in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. And this goes for every single video on my channel. I also include some very helpful resources, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. This is updated every single day, in which you can download the latest episode from the show. Also, I'm going to assume you've already subscribed on YouTube because you're a smart cryptopreneur. If you haven't already done so, you already know what to do. And of course, you can find us on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn. So whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please help support the show. It's greatly appreciated. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. And I also have a private crypto Facebook group. To become a part of that, all you need to do is click this link, request to join, and I'll be sure to plug you in. And I also have a private crypto Telegram chat I am very active on. To become a part of this and to plug into the community, click this link specifically from a mobile device and you'll automatically be added. And I look forward to connecting with you on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And real quick, Tika Tawari's 5 coins to 5 million, the Final 5 live cryptocurrency event taking place March 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern. To register and RSVP your seat for this live cryptocurrency event, click the link right down below this video in the description. It's going to take you here. Simply enter your favorite email address and click the button that says sign me up. And once you do, it's going to take you to this thank you page with a quick video from Fernando on this $45 million Gulfstream jet that Tika Tawari chartered to take you to this private location during this cryptocurrency event. What you're going to want to do from here is enter your mobile phone number to get on Tika Tawari's VIP text message list. Enter your phone number and click the button that says receive bonus. You're going to want to do this so you can receive all these free bonuses, which include bonus number 1, Tika's 2018 Legacy Investment Summit speech, valued at about $1,600. Bonus number 2, instant access to the Crypto Academy. Bonus number 3, concierge text reminder service. And bonus number 4, immediate access to the Palm Beach Confidential Sweepstakes for your chance to win a free $10,000 subscription to Tika's research. I highly encourage you to do so if you live in the United States. FYI, if you live overseas, you can still register for the event. Of course, still click the link right down below this video in the description. Get the information directly from Tika. However, the SMS text message reminder service is specific to those in the United States. Anyways, go ahead and enter your phone number, receive the bonuses, and I look forward to seeing you at that live event, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.